Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Martinsville for the season finale here at the Paperclip for the Gaslight Racing Series. Got the qualifying order up on your screen. Paul Caruso, Tristan Pena, Caleb Thompson, Nick Caldwell, top four, Zach Murphy, Rob Peterson, Christopher Cash, Rob Hottenbach, Bradley Young, and Josh Wren rounding out the field. An interesting season finale here. Paul Caruso stealing that pole position. These drivers take one more lap around the Paperclip at this low speed. And hopefully this will be the last time they go this slow around this track. We're in for a great race on the season finale. A wonderful short track. Pace car is off. Off of turn number 4. Paul Caruso leads us to the green flag. We're racing here from Martinsville. And Pena with a slow start. Nicholas Caldwell now 11 right behind. Down the backstretch for the first time, side by side for second. Pena around the outside. Pinching Caleb Thompson. Right on board with Caleb Thompson, taking a look right in front. Is this battle for the lead? Thompson starting third. He's holding third off fairly well, looking at the rear bumper of Tristan Pena. Right on board, Paul Caruso, your leader, looking backwards at Tristan Pena. 150 laps here from Martinsville. And so far, Paul Caruso has led it all. Tristan Pena won a week ago at Oswego. And now starting second, now running second. He's looking to go back-to-back to end out the season on a strong note. And you can see just how close these drivers are to each other. On those flyby shots, these drivers all right on top of each other for the most part. A little bit spread out here, and I think these drivers are gearing up for a long run. A good overview of the top four right here. Pena slides in, still right behind Paul Caruso. This track very rich in history. One of the oldest tracks in NASCAR and one of the oldest active tracks here in America. And it's still as popular now as it was back when it was built. And it's home to a lot of famous races. The Xfinity 500 in NASCAR. A lot of famous short track racing going on here. The Cars Tour has 2 of its crown jewel events here. 1 or 2, I believe. So a very important track in history and in racing. And it's a perfect fit for the season finale. And it's not a super fast track like a track like Bristol or Slinger Speedway with super high banks. It's all about endurance, being able to outlast your opponent. And Paul Caruso is currently in the right spot to do that. But he's currently under attack by Tristan Pena, who's still there. Looking back at Tristan Pena. Pena looks low down the back. And Pena might be there side by side off of 4 in the battle for third. Almost leads to contact. Caleb Thompson, Zach Murphy fighting for third. Pena Caruso side by side for the lead. Pena clears, and now Caleb Thompson has a look at second. Caleb Thompson right on the back bumper of Paul Caruso. You wonder, with that super fast qualifying lap, did Paul Caruso set up his car to be a short run kind of car, expecting a lot of collateral damage? And maybe it's paying off. Already lap 14 of 150, and he lost the lead. But that Chevrolet SS still hanging on in second. Tristan Pena to the lead. As was a week ago at Oswego, he now leads. But the battle currently is this battle for third. Nicholas Caldwell started fourth, dropped to fifth. He didn't get a good starter on that outside, held up by Tristan Pena, who is now your current leader. But he's looking at the rear bumper of Zach Murphy, who's been on the rear bumper of Caleb Thompson for most of the race. Riding on board with Nicholas Caldwell, looking ahead at the rear bumper of Zach Murphy. And one car into pit. Josh Wren goes into pit road. And it looks like he had a little bit of an incident. Let's take a look. This is looking at the 88 of Josh Wren. Clips that curb and loops it. Around he goes. Able to get it refired and rolling right there. Now riding aboard with Nick Caldwell, looking back at Christopher Cash, that 69 machine, who also has made up one spot. But Caleb Thompson being held up by Paul Caruso now has Zach Murphy right behind. Oh, it's lap 19 of 150, so plenty of race left to go. But how impatient does Caleb Thompson get? If he thinks he's faster than Paul Caruso, how patient is he with someone like Zach Murphy right behind? And when does he go to going faster and faster and faster? But here's a good battle for second. Caruso, Thompson, Murphy, Caldwell, all under a blanket. Almost a second behind our leader, Tristan Pena, in that 50 machine. But taking a look to see just how fast these drivers are running, 20.2 is the norm in that group. So not really aerodynamics playing a factor in this race. So, and now Thompson trying to go around the outside. He falls back in line. Now Murphy in line as well. Long race to go, lap 25 of 150. So, a lot of laps left, a lot of turns, a lot of time to make your competitors make a mistake. And Murphy almost to the rear bumper of Thompson. This track is very flat, only about 11 degrees of banking in the corners, about 6 degrees of banking on the straightaways. Not very noticeable up here in the cameras or on the stands, but and even really in the car is it not noticeable. It's very flat, just like New Hampshire Motor Speedway and just like a road course. And it drives like a road course too. Take turn 11 from Sonoma, for example, that flat hairpin. Yes, I know Sonoma, that's a right-hander, but you just imagine going backwards down Sonoma. You take that sharp hairpin going left, and you just do that 2 times, and that's a lap. So it's very flat, and it races like a road course. You're very hard on the brakes, and that's why you see, especially in the right front of these drivers, that bright red brake rotor. You see a couple drivers hitting the wall off the corners. That is also a major contributor to deciding who wins these races, is who can keep their car clean the best and not hit those walls. And we've seen a couple drivers hit those walls. And one thing to note, Josh Wren back out on track after his spin. Currently 4 laps down. Another way this track races like a road course is how spread out the track gets. Here's a track map. And you can see Pena down the backstretch. See the gap right behind? Now there's this pack in the middle of 1 and 2. And then there's Wren about half a lap back of the leader physically. So there's a lot to... Oh, Bradley Young blinking out. So this track is known for spreading out, and we'll see that play more and more as this green flag run continues, if this green flag run continues. On lap 33 of 150. So still plenty of racing to go. You see just how fast these drivers are driving by these static cameras, just how fast they're approaching. But you can see the gap starting to grow between Tristan Pena and Paul Caruso, first and second, currently about a second long. And then there's that group of 4, led by Paul Caruso, Caleb Thompson, Zach Murphy, unchanged in the middle, Nicholas Caldwell a little bit behind, and then you see that 2.5, almost 2.5 second gap back to Christopher Cash. So what was mentioned earlier in the broadcast was being spread out, and we're seeing that develop. Pull this up. You can see that one car, Rob Peterson, Bradley Young, Rob Hatton back, that small pack back here. Almost half a lap behind Tristan Pena now. Take a look at these lap times. 20.3 back here. 20.5. So almost 0.3 slower in this backpack than up at the front. Tristan Pena, 20.2 for the last lap. Now battle here. Bradley Young, Rob Hatton back side by side. Battle for 8th. A 99 and 89 battling. Let's go through the field, shall we? Tristan Pena, your race leader. Started second. Sat behind Paul Caruso for 14 laps. Took the lead lap 15. Lap 17. Somewhere around there. Taking a look here, seeing if I... lap 12 took the lead and hasn't looked back. Paul Caruso started in the lead. Now currently sitting second, holding up a train of 4. Caleb Thompson still maintaining his starting position of 3rd place. Zach Murphy right behind in 4th. Started 5th. He's up 1 spot. And he capitalized on the 11 of Nicholas Caldwell from West Virginia. So very close to a home track here for Caldwell, as he's currently sitting at the tail end of the top 5. Christopher Cash up 1 spot from his starting position in 7th. Hailing from Tennessee, unfortunately not having a Bristol race, but able to visit Tennessee in this season a couple weeks ago at Nashville. Rob Peterson down 1 spot, started 6th, running 7th right now. Hometown of Stafford, Connecticut, a very strong short track racing scene up in the Northeast. Bradley Young up 1 spot over Rob Hattenbach for the 8th place position. Started 9th, and Rob Hattenbach inverted. Started 8th, now running 9th. Out of Friendswood, Texas. Now right on the rear bumper of Bradley Young, and this battle is continuing to develop. These two are right on top of each other. Josh Wren not having the day he wanted. Hometown of High Point. Yep, that's all the info we get. He's currently down 4 laps, I believe. Yep, down 4 laps. Had a spin early. Came to pit road. He's currently biding his time in the back of the field. Oh, Bradley Young, Rob Hattenbach continuing to battle this out. A battle for 8th continuing to do its course of action. And the lead picking up. You see that lap count or that interval at Paul Caruso continuing to grow. Now at almost 1.5 seconds. And you can see it on the track map between that 50 and that 06. Here's Pena. And there's Paul Caruso. Wide exit for Caruso. Caleb Thompson unable to take advantage of it. But he's also trying to hold off a hard-charging Zach Murphy. This pack of 4 in a bubble under a blanket. But still single file, giving each other the room. Now a quarter of the way, or a third of the way into this race, lap 52 of 150. And so far, clean racing, a couple passes for position, but everyone content to just stay in line for now. Riding aboard Caleb Thompson, looking back at Zach Murphy. You can see just how close Murphy gets in the corner. But Thompson able to pull away down the straightaway off the exit of the corner. And you can see just how close this group of 4 is. But Tristan Pena in a world all on his own. But the action's back here in the battle for second. Oh, contact Caldwell Murphy. Murphy gets loose. Able to save it. He stays in 4th position. But that shows just how little patience some of these drivers have And you can only hold up a driver for so long until they think, oh, okay, I'm faster than you. I just gotta get past you somehow. And that was almost a breaking point for Nicholas Caldwell as he gets into Zach Murphy. Able to keep it straight. We stay green, no wreck. But these four still being the battle to watch, as not really other drivers near each other. You hear the sound of drivers hitting the wall there. On board, Paul Caruso looking back at Caleb Thompson. Good defending from Paul Caruso. You saw how close Caleb Thompson got in that onboard shot. And Caleb Thompson still unable to get around Paul Caruso. Tristan Pena saying goodbye to the field. Already up 2.5 seconds. Going into turn number 1 for Tristan Pena. And there's that gap. And now Caleb Thompson peaked low on exit. Caruso able to defend. And this back and forth continues. Caldwell taps the wall in the back off of 4. Keeps it going straight. A little bit of cosmetic damage there. Shouldn't affect his race too much. Oh, Caruso hits the wall. Thompson goes low. Into 1. Murphy to the back bumper of Thompson. Pushes Caruso out of the groove. Thompson takes second. Caruso falling like a rock, and now Murphy to the inside. Caldwell as well wants a piece of the action. Pena having a little bit of... Excuse me. Pena having a little bit of internet issues. But so far out in front, not really affecting him. Caldwell almost sliding up in front of Caruso, takes over that 4th place spot. And Paul Caruso, in a matter of laps, goes down from 2nd to 5th. And now Caleb Thompson, Zach Murphy starting to pull away a little bit from Nick Caldwell. And both of them into the wall off of 2. These two started nose to tail, 3rd and 5th. Now running 2nd and 3rd in the same order they were. Now no buffer between them. And they have Pena to go catch. The gap stagnating now. Around 3.1 to 3.2 seconds. Halfway through this race, lap 75, 76 now of 150. And Josh Wren now tossing a wrench, no pun intended, into the plans of Caleb Thompson, Zach Murphy. As he and Bradley Young go a lap down, Bradley Young comes to pit road. 2nd stop of the night. Tristan Pena still leading. Caleb Thompson in 2nd, but has Josh Wren in between himself and Tristan Pena. So now Thompson has to deal with the lap traffic of Josh Wren, and Murphy could potentially take advantage. Pena still having all sorts of internet issues. He's messing with our timing system as well, so thank you, Tristan. Very kind of you. And Josh Wren has been caught. Caleb Thompson, you saw in the back of your screen. Bradley Young pulls off of pit road. And now Rob Peterson in as well. Potentially scheduled pit stops. Josh Wren out of the way. Bradley Young goes 3 laps down. Josh Wren now 5. So pitting here is a very dangerous game. It's only a half mile. It's only a half-mile track. And pit road is most of it. Here comes that 4 car of someone. Not sure who. Potentially Rob Peterson. Paul Caruso comes in from his 5th place position. Comes down pit road. So pit cycle is going on. You see grayed out in turn 2, the 06 in pit road. You see Pena exit the bottom of your screen. And here's the battle for 2nd. We've been watching for a number of laps now. Caleb Thompson, Zach Murphy on top of each other. A buffer car between Murphy and Caldwell in that 1/4 of Rob Peterson. Pena still having issues. Get it together, Pena. Can't complain too much about Pena. Took the lead lap 12. Has not left it since. Currently dominating this race. But all he needs is all that can happen is just one mistimed caution. And that lead can go away. You see on the map when he disappears. But Caleb Thompson doing a good job to keep Zach Murphy behind. And now that 1 car of Paul Caruso wants to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. Gets around Zach Murphy, now on the rear bumper of Caleb Thompson. And now Caleb Thompson can breathe a little bit. Up until he lets Rob Peterson pass, he can breathe easier knowing that Zach Murphy can't pass him until he passes Rob Peterson. And now Thompson goes high, Peterson passes, and that opens the door for Murphy, who gets the door slammed. Great racing so far. Clean racing as well. Not a lot of people trying to use the bumper, waiting for their opportunity, but that can all change as the race continues to develop. Murphy, Thompson. Battle for second continuing to develop. And they're losing Tristan Pena, who is driving away with this thing. 61 laps to go here from Martinsville. And 61 more laps here in the inaugural season of the Gaslight Racing Series. And it's been a very eventful season, up and down for every one of these drivers. Riding on board with Caleb Thompson, you're looking at that one car of Rob Peterson. And now look who's joined the party right behind Nick Caldwell, catching back up. We're almost two-thirds of the way done with this race. So this race going by fast, 20-second lap times. Couple of drivers posting 19s in the qualifying, and two drivers posting 19s in the race. Tristan Pena 19.99 and Caleb Thompson 19.96. So Caleb Thompson currently having the fastest lap of the race. And he's under attack from Zach Murphy, so he better be putting up good laps if he wants to keep that second spot. Caldwell wide off of 2. That's going to cost him a bit of time to the rear bumper of Zach Murphy as he continues going wide. Only 6 cars on the lead lap, and Rob Hottenbach currently working on trying to stay on the lead lap as he's right in front of that 50 of Tristan Pena as you look back as he disappears. Naughty Tristan. No. Stop blinking. Tristan, I'm trying to see you. I mean, it's certainly one... Caution's out, Josh Wren. Makes the same mistake he did earlier. Spins off of turn 2. And the caution flies. So the caution saving Rob Hottenbach. Paul Caruso able to get his lap back as everyone comes down pit road. Pena, Thompson, Murphy, Caldwell, Christopher Cash also coming down pit road. I'm sure Rob Hottenbach. So Hottenbach stays out. Everyone putting on 4 fresh tires. Pena blinking like crazy. But Rob Hottenbach inherits the race lead. Never mind, he comes up pit road. Rob Hottenbach inherits the race. The lead comes down pit road. Pena, Thompson, Caruso, Murphy, Caldwell. Top 6. $50 laps to go. Here at Martinsville to end the inaugural Gaslight Racing Series season. What a race it's been. First caution all night. Lap 99 of 100. We made it almost 100 laps. Almost 2/3 of the race. As we double up to end the season. Getting ready to go back green. A beautiful look at Martinsville Speedway while we're under caution. Get a good look at this track. You can see the minimal banking from this camera angle. See the drivers all past the start finish line. Pace lights are out. And we're getting ready to go green. Yep, here's another look at turn 3 and 4. This pit road entry on the left. You can just see that little bit of banking right there. And right as I say that, we cut away. Thanks, guys. Who's paying these guys? Oh, it's us. We need better camera people. Here's a look at turns 1 and 2. You can kind of see the banking a little bit. But the pace car is in. Coming to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. And 47, I think my math is right. 47 more laps to decide the final race in the Gaslight Racing Series. Some great racing. Caldwell to the inside of Thompson. Pena in the lead. Murphy able to capitalize on pit road. Gets in front of Thompson. A bump. And Caldwell slips past. Thompson down to 4th. Tristan Pena just sets the fastest lap. 19.84. Those fresh tires playing a huge factor. As well as that clean air out in front. Please tell me I can... No. Can't get our camera guys to focus on Pena, unfortunately. But we'll get second best. Zach Murphy focused on now. You can kind of see Pena there. As much as I love our camera guys, you guys got to do better. Lap 108 to 153.4 since the drop of the second drop of the green flag. Things starting to single file out a bit. Tristan Pena in the race lead. There we go. Focus on him. Zach Murphy 2nd. Caldwell 3rd. Thompson 4th. Christopher Cash 5th. Rob Hottenbach top 6. Paul Caruso rounds out the lead lap drivers in 7th. Rob Peterson right in front. 1 lap down. Bradley Young 2 down, and Josh Wren still out on track. 6 laps down, and I saw a car run. Where? I thought I saw a car around. I think seeing all these cars go in circles by myself is making me go insane. These 3 cars under a blanket. Murphy, Caldwell, Thompson battle for second. And potentially the battle to try and steal the win away from Tristan Pena, who took the lead 100 laps ago and has not let it. Tristan Pena mathematically locks himself as the driver with the most laps led. So Pena, a very dominating race, except for the internet issues. Tristan, if you win, you can use the race winnings to pay for better internet. As such is the problem with esports racing and iRacing and gaming in general is internet connection. But Pena able to stay out front. Now Murphy, Caldwell, Thompson, these 3 haven't changed since the drop of the green flag, apart from Caldwell getting past Thompson. A battle behind Rob Hottenbach, getting impatient behind Christopher Cash. Doesn't have to quite worry about the car behind, but wants that top 5. Caleb Thompson was dominant early in the season. Did not get a win, but was up towards the front most of the beginning part of this season. Dropped down a bit, and now he's back up, sitting 4th, first spot out of the podium. And Hottenbach into the wall a little bit, goes high in turn 1. That's going to leave the door open for Rob Peterson. All the way up into the marbles goes Rob Hottenbach. And you don't want to hit those marbles, because those marbles are burnt rubber shot off the car, and they basically prevent your tire from making full contact with the asphalt. Your car gets tight, loose, unpredictable, and it is not a enjoyable experience, to say the least. This group coming out of turn number 4, look on the track map. Nicholas Caldwell in the middle of this pack of 3. Going down the backstretch, all 3 of these drivers trying to chase down Tristan Pena, who has been the driver to beat this race. And I think people are scared to catch him from his internet. But 31 laps to go here from Martinsville, and fairly soon that lap count will flip over from counting up to counting down. Pena continuing to have those internet issues. But now Caldwell right on the rear bumper is Zach Murphy. And he peaks high. Nothing there. Stays behind stays behind Zach Murphy, and there it goes. 20 contact. Caldwell into Murphy. Saves it again. 25 to go here from Martinsville to end the Gaslight Racing Series inaugural season. What a season it has been. Long, arduous, full of heartbreaking finishes for some, and glorifying feats of domination for others. And such is the way this race has gone. Tristan Pena out front, dominating. And just like a week ago, he's in the prime position to go win this race. Go back to back. I definitely don't want to take my eyes off of these two. 21 laps to go. Caldwell getting impatient behind Murphy. Has already used the bumper once. I don't think he's hesitant to use it again. Caution flies. Hottenbach crash involved. Let's take a look. Off of turn 2. Here we go. Off turn 4. Here we go. Into turn number 1. Hits the rear bumper. Caruso and domino effect. Rob Peterson slides on in. And everyone wants to come down pit road. Caldwell stays out. Pena stays out. And I still can't get a camera on him. So what a turn of events. 19 laps to go. Pena, Caldwell playing the strategy, wanting the track position. Thompson, Murphy, Caruso wanting those fresh tires. Though they pit in. Hottenbach braves his damage. He comes out. Or he stays out. Young and Wren. Bradley Young gets his lap back. Here comes Josh Wren in the pit road. What a turn of events. Tristan Pena having the lead since lap 12. Already pulled away well during that green flag run. Pulls away again during that short green flag run. And still has the lead, refusing to come in for fresh tires. Did so under the caution around lap 77. Around lap 97. My mistake. Christopher Cash pulls off. He falls one lap down. But here we go. Pena, Caldwell, Thompson, and Hottenbach up to 4th. Let's see how well this goes. Pena with the bad internet. Caldwell with the aggression. Thompson with the mistakes. And Hottenbach involved in the crash with damage. So, it's anyone's race. Pena dominating the middle section, but here we go. Pace lights are on. Josh Wren comes out of pit road, comes back around to the tail end of the field. And I anticipate a good battle to end the race. Will it be Tristan Pena, the dominator? Caldwell, the aggressor? Or even Thompson? Or even Hottenbach, who's been towards the back all day, somehow finds himself 4th. The pace lights are out. We start to double up. I believe everyone's sitting on the bottom. Caldwell, the only one on the outside. Pace car comes in. Side by side for the lead. Everyone else single file. And the green flag flies again. 15 laps to go. Caldwell gets the bad start off the outside. No help. Thompson to the inside. Battle for second. Pena starting to pull away. Hottenbach falling back with damage. Involved in the last incident. Now Zach Murphy behind. He goes to the inside of Hottenbach. And Thompson clears Caldwell. Murphy clears Hottenbach. The top four all day coming back to the front. Pena starting to pull. Thompson finally in front of Murphy. So far, a mix of track position and tires working. Thompson on the fresh tires. Pena with the track position. Thompson able to get around Caldwell by starting on the inside. Able to get to the inside of turn number 3 before Caldwell gets in front. And now Thompson has the fresh tires, but Pena able to control the start. Gets the launch he wanted. 12 to go, coming to 11. Murphy on fresh tires, Caldwell not, and Murphy's unable to get around Caldwell just yet. Caldwell playing defense, not really trying to catch back up to Thompson. But Thompson on the rear bumper of Murphy. Here we go. There, Thompson on the back bumper of Pena. Mistake from the blimp. You can see how close these 4 drivers are. 10 laps to go to finish out the Gaslight season. And what a season it has been. Pena up front early, fell back mid-season. Now, won a week ago, battling Brandon Elvis. Now dominates Martinsville. And now has just 9 laps to hold off Caleb Thompson. For that, 9 laps can't come soon enough. For Thompson, the time is ticking. Only 9 laps, 8 laps now, 16 chances to pass. Murphy inside Caldwell, battle for third. Caldwell in the wall. Riding aboard Caleb Thompson, back bumper of Tristan Pena right in front. And how soon does Thompson, as he hits the wall, how soon does Thompson use that front bumper we just rode on? Pena, Thompson, 1, 2, 6 laps to go. Thompson running out of time. Only 11 more corners to go. 10 more corners to go now as they come out of turn number 4 to take 5 to go. Thompson on the fresh tires. Pena's been in the lead since lap 12. Last pitted on lap 97, 98, roughly. And Thompson wanting to steal one from Pena. Has not won this season. Then Pena won last week, using that momentum to stay in front. 4 to go. Zach Murphy almost a second back. Not really going to play a factor. It's a 2-horse race for the win. Thompson looking low. Doesn't go there. Pena starting to blink. Cars in the wall in the back. Doesn't matter. No caution, no wreck. 2 to go. Here from Martinsville. And it's time to crown a winner. Coming off of turn number 4. The white flag is out. 1 lap to go. No more cautions. One last chance for Thompson. He goes high in turn 1. Falls back a bit. Trent Pena pulls ahead. And now Thompson off of turn number 4. Doesn't have anything. Tristan Pena goes 2 in a row here at Martinsville to close out the season. Caleb Thompson, Zach Murphy rounding out the top 3. Caldwell, Paul Caruso from pole position falls 4th, and a little bit of frustration between Peterson and some fellow drivers. But Tristan Pena, Rob Peterson, or Caleb Thompson, Zach Murphy, your top 3. Tristan Pena excited for 2 in a row. What a race it's been. Tristan Pena took the lead lap 12, didn't take it away. Thompson, Murphy, Caldwell, Caruso, top 5. Hottenbach staying on the lead lap somehow, finishing 6th. Peterson, Cash, Young, all 1 lap down. Josh Wren able to finish the race, 6 laps down. So what a race. What a final dash for this season. And Tristan Pena modifying the asphalt as he burns it down. And it's time for some post-race interviews. Colton Briner. Colton Briner, it's Christopher Oskin in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
What a race. 2 cautions this race. How was that race from your point of view? And were the lazy boys that I sent you? How were they?
I'll tell you what, the race was actually a really good race. Seen a lot of clean racing out there. And it almost went caution free, but definitely some good racing tonight.
Absolutely. Did you get my gift of those lazy boys?
No, I did not.
Man. I think someone stole them then. No, I sent them already.
Well, funny package.
Maybe they went to the wrong track. Anyways, Zach Murphy, you got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
A 3rd place finish. I saw you pitted under that last caution. Taking tires, was that the right call?
Yeah, it certainly was the right call. Just got to try not to speed on pit road. So I had to. I mean, I didn't start at the end of the line, but I think I started 5th or 6th there, and then had to get by a Rob. It just cost me a little bit of tire to be able to battle with those guys up front. But yeah, happy to bring it home 3rd for sure.
Absolutely, and what a drive for you today, coming back from that penalty at the last caution. You were in this top 4 this whole race. So ultimately able to come home with a 3rd place finish to round out the season, and 2nd week in a row for a top 3. So good way to end the season for you. And any practice planned for the off season, or are you going to take a little break?
Well, we actually run this league on Sundays with the modified car, so I'll be running that, and then I got a few other leagues that I race in on Tuesday nights and stuff, so we'll be staying active. Looks like we're going to trucks next season, so that'll be fun. I've done some of that before with the Craftsman trucks there on the short tracks. It's usually a good time. So, yeah, always usually racing a couple times a week.
Yeah, great way to keep your skills intact, and great drive from you to round out this season. And Zach, congratulations on your top 3. Go celebrate.
Thank you, sir.
Caleb Thompson, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, so short. Tristan Pena able to hold you off. I saw you took tires on that last caution. What was going through your mind as you were looking at Tristan Pena's bumper for the last 20 or so laps?
I thought I could get him there, but I he was fast all night anyway, so he was pulling us back in the long runs there. So I don't know. I guess we just didn't have quite enough differential on our tires there, but he slipped up once in three, and I could have drove through him, but chose chose definitely not to there. I don't want to wreck him, but he did good all night. So congrats to him for the win.
At Caleb saw you took tires. Was that the right call? I just asked Zach this question.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, that was the only shot I had.
Congratulations on your second place finish to round out the season. Unfortunately, unable to get you your first win this season, but able to get some strong finishes. And congratulations on rounding out the season with a runner-up finish. Any last words?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Rob for putting on the league. It's been a fun time. Sure, we'll be back for the next one.
Absolutely. Rob Hottenbach finishing sixth, last car on the lead lap. Um, Not the night you wanted, but able to stay on the lead lap despite that last caution. And how was that damage after that caution, and did that slow you down at all at the end?
Uh, well, I kind of smacked the wall a couple of times on that last restart, so I think it kind of messed my wheel up a little bit. So I was just kind of just cruising and just wanting to finish and at least salvage something, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And a good race from you. Um, Kept it clean most of the race, and you were doing a good job holding off drivers charging. And thank you for hosting this season. And heard you guys are switching to trucks for next season.
Yeah, I let the drivers vote on 4 or 5 different cars what they wanted to race next season, and majority of them wanted the pro trucks. So we're gonna try it out, see how that goes, and then you know every year we'll probably switch it up, different cars, just to because some people are great in these cars and some are great in others. So uh, instead of just the same guy always walking away every a race, switch it up into something that he's not comfortable driving. So that way it kind of gives others that chance to win and be able to compete.
Absolutely. Thanks for hosting this season, and if we end up coming back, look forward to racing or broadcasting that series.
Yes, sir. We're gonna take about a month off. We got Christmas and New Year's coming up, so a lot of people are gonna be doing a lot of traveling. Uh, Work will probably start picking up for me, so there will be some races I'm there and races I'm not there. So I'll try to show up as much as I can. But like I said, I got a good group of guys behind me: Colton, Cash, Chris, and everybody else. Robert's been helping out. I mean, the guys have really been kind of stepping up when I've been absent. So I really appreciate those guys.
Absolutely, and Al, thank you for putting this together. It's been an absolute blast to broadcast this season, and been some really good racing to watch and some really entertaining wrecks that we've seen this season. So thank you for putting this together, and have a good rest of your night, Rob.
Yeah, you two guys. Appreciate y'all broadcasting. Hopefully, just keep getting better and better every season. So we'll see.
We'll see. And last but certainly not least, Tristan Pena able to go back to back to win here at Martinsville. Pena, you stayed out that last caution, and it paid off.
Yeah, I think I knew I had the car to do it because we didn't burn up our left sides nearly as much as we did in that long run. So we just put 2 tires on it whenever that caution came out before the last one, and we just stayed on those right sides for the entirety of the rest of the race. So I'm glad I was able to hold him off. Caleb was really keeping me honest, and he was definitely giving me one hell of a mirror. Look in my mirror, dude. He was I thought he was gonna drive it in after I messed up in three, and I'm super extremely thankful he didn't. So hats off to him. He did amazing, dude. And I appreciate amazing racing this year, and I'm super happy to get one final one as the season closes out.
Yeah, absolutely. Able to get 2 back-to-back wins to round out the season. And your spotters got to be proud of you for able to do back-to-back wins after the monster of a race we had a week ago at Oswego. That was an entertaining finish, to say the least, and slightly different style of race. You went out and just dominated this one, pulling ahead by almost almost half a lap, I think, at one point. So congratulations on you and able to round out this season on a high note, and look forward to watching you race next season.
Yes, sir. I'm super excited for the Pro Trucks next year.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been the Gaslight Racing Series season finale here from Martinsville. Stay tuned. Pop on over. The Inspired Racing League's Platinum Truck Series continues its race at the Charlotte Roval. You can follow me as I head over there to assist Robert McKay in finishing that race. Thank you all so much for watching, tuning in this season. We hope to see you next season here on the Green Flag Racing